This is a video about how to take photos of your art and turn it in. So first we need a place to put our art. So I'm going to open up the file icon and I'm going to create a new folder. I want to be in my OneDrive, so make sure it says your name, Cincinnati Country Day School. You can click on that. And now all I need to do is hit New and Folder. If I were you, I'd just call it art, but I want mine to appear easily at the top of this list. So I'm going to call it One Art, so I can find it easily for the video. All right, so now I need to take my photo, so I have something to put in there. So to find my camera, I can go to the search, type in camera, open it up. If it's facing the right way, you're good, but if not, you can flip it here. We need to change the settings. So we're going to go down to Photo Settings in that gear icon. Open up the photo settings, and we need to change the photo quality. Now, I've already changed mine, so but I'll show you what it was before. So it was originally on this 8.9 megapixels, and that's how much data it has. And then this is the ratio of the rectangle. So it's a long rectangle. We want to have more data, 10.3, and I want a 4:3 ratio. So whatever your highest number is here, it might not match mine, but that should also be the one with the 4:3 ratio. That's the one we want. All right, we need to make sure that we have some good light set up. I might move. So if I were casting a shadow in my art like this, I would want to move. Now, however, my camera and my sketchbook don't agree in terms of the rotation. So you can either move yourself or move your sketchbook or your art. And now we want it to look like a rectangle and have nothing around it on the table. So we're good. What you don't want is this. That's no longer a rectangle. Right, and I'm just actually, even the shadows are kind of bugging me here. So I'll move that so we don't see anything around it. Looks good, looks like a rectangle. All right, so let's see how I did. All right, so that looks good. I'm happy with that. I'm looking to make sure the light is good and that the photo is clear, and it is. So now I go up here to the dots, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to open that folder I just found. I guess I could also use the open folder here as well, so either way I think will work. All right, so here I am. Now, I was lucky, and it took me to right where I was, but it doesn't always take you to where you want to be. So you might have to look and see where is that folder I created. Open up the folder. I'm going to Control V to paste it. And now I want to rename it. So I can right click on this and go to rename. This is selecting everything to the left of JPEG. That's what I want to change. All right, so this is student's name. I'm leaving out the hyphen because I don't think that works in a file name. So you only need to have your first and last. She just has two last names or a hyphen. And then I'm going to do whatever the piece is. So sketchbook cover, I can abbreviate if I want. All right, that's good. Now, sometimes when you change it, you might accidentally get rid of .jpg. That is not good. If you just try to save it like this, it's going to be a corrupted file. So if you accidentally deleted that, you're just going to type .jpg and you're fine. Hit enter. All right, so now we have that saved and we have it named the way we need it. Now I'm going to go into OneNote. I'm going to get the work page. Here it is. I'm going to copy it or drag it into the folder. So I'll find this student's folder. I'll put it into student work. So again, I can paste it, Control V. And I want to find where on the page it goes. So it's going to go down here, final sketchbook cover. And I put my cursor right there. I go to Insert, Pictures, From File. All right, now see, it did not take me back to where I was before, so I have to go and find where that file is. That's why I put it right at the top. All right, so now I select it, I go in there, I select that image, and insert. All right, so this next part is just going to check your work, make sure it worked correctly. So you don't have to do this every time, but you can make sure by right-clicking, Save As, and it still says the title that we gave it. That's what you want to save. All right, this was just to check our work, so we're just going to cancel. We don't need to save that again. All right, final thing, we need to rotate it because it's going the wrong way. So I right-clicked, I go to Rotate, and in this case, I want Rotate Right. There it goes. Okay, we are done. Now all I have to do is come up here. If I had a citation, the image would go here, the web link would go here, and either the artist's name, or maybe we don't know the artist, and so we could write unknown artist. In this case, she used imagination, so we could type or write in imagination. Down here, if you did sketches, you would put your sketches there. If they're digital sketches, you could screenshot them and put them there if you did them on a different page. If you don't have sketches, you could type or write NA for not applicable. I'm going to check, make sure I read everything, everything's filled in, and maybe I want to make sure Ms. Brand sees that. There we go, I've turned in my work.